right there for Melbourne Central Catholic on the way to play a game in Umatilla. And I remember our boss, he owned a bunch of local McDonald's joints and stuff, and we loved it because we weren't sure if he was working. So we'd show up and we'd be like, can I get a double cheeseburger and McChicken? And like $2 is enough for us. We're high school kids, got an allowance. And all of a sudden he would walk out and he goes, hey, these guys are on me, because he was the assistant coach, but he played college ball. He's like 6'10". Drew Van Zant was his name. But he would look over, and when he would say, it's on us, all of a sudden the floodgates would open. I would be like, let me get 2 Big Macs, a Shamrock Shake, get me 3 large fries, and all of a sudden that list went on, and the lady's sitting there like, but what about the 2 McChickens? I'll throw those in the bag. Yeah, why not? But all of a sudden, we just went to town. But he would get in the van, and this thing did not have – this wasn't the double-sided, like, tires. This was one of those kind of vans that the guy that pulls up in the suspect ice cream truck without the ice cream at the park, that guy. And this van probably did not hit 3 figures. If it did, the wheels might fall off. But he was listening to Freebird. And I remember I would sit there, and I was sitting up in the front, and I'm looking at pretty much it went from 65 to 90 while he was listening to he's jamming to Freebird, and he's not paying any attention that this thing is accelerating 25 to 30 miles. There's a whole part of Freebird for the people that are maybe under the age of 40 that are pretty much, all it is just jamming. At the beginning there's singing to it. But it's right around like the 6. Now, Freebird is like what? What is it? A 7.5-minute song?
According to this, it is about a 9-minute.
9-minute song. But there's about 4 minutes of Freebird that is just classic, just like jamming. And all it is just starts. It gets real up tempo, and everybody that's old school just starts jamming. And this guy was cruising, and this is when it starts really picking up.
Yeah.
And this is when all of a sudden we're going from 65 to 90, and all the kids are grabbing onto the windows and hoping, and nothing like a Catholic van driving down the highway.
Blaring Freebird.
Blaring Freebird, and this guy has no clue if we're going to get there or not. We did get to the game, and we shouldn't. We lost by 30. Looking right now at what's going on in the world of NFL football, one of the big discussions is really during the offseason, too, has been about what's going to happen with the PEDs and the Patrick Peterson story. He's definitely sorry for the PED violation, but it opens up the door. Jordan, if you had to put a percentage of where do you think the NFL is right now on users in your mind, and this isn't, we're not just going to start calling out names. This isn't a Mitchell Report day, but at the same time, I'm going to go with, I would say, you gotta put punters and kickers in unless you're Janikowski. He's on performance enhancing donuts. But looking at a lot of the guys out there, I'd say I'm gonna go with 55 to 60% of the guys are on some kind of PED.
Yeah, I was gonna go
75. You're probably more. I was trying to be kind.
Yeah.
To some of the former athletes that listen to the show and stuff. We love you, but
I have no problem with it. Like, look, it's a competitive edge, and I said this yesterday on the show. If leagues are going to make field goals longer to give a competitive edge and make the game more entertaining, if they're going to juice the balls, make the balls differently to where they fly further when they're hit harder, players can take a competitive edge and do things that are going to help them as well. I think it's only natural. If the leagues are going to do things to help the leagues, why not let the players do things that are going to help the players?
The thing is, these guys know, and they don't want to open up the door. Right. The NFL right now, look, baseball will never, ever be able to recover from what George Mitchell and that report did.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what it did was, even though Barry Bonds never missed a pitch, Roger Clemens misremembered but never missed a pitch. No matter what it was, they're looked at as cheats. And you bring up McGuire, Bonds, and Clemens. Those are 3 during our lifetime.
Yeah.
Those are the 3, well, Bonds was the best player, and the best pitcher ever was Roger Clemens. Pedro was good, Maddox, Randy Johnson. But the 2 most dominant players during my lifetime, and I'm 34, were Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. And they never missed one single pitch, not one at bat, for any violations. No suspensions.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we look at them as con artists and cheats, pretty much. Even though Roger Clemens got off it from Rusty Hardin, doesn't sound right, but Rusty got him off with a chance with having no suspension and also not in violation of breaking in front of Congress, which would have been actually jail time, which he would have never served. Played golf with a white collar shirt. But you look at a guy like Roger Clemens, and he was the Rocket even when he was 190, 200 pounds in Boston. Barry Bonds was a 30 and 100 guy when he was out there dominating for Pittsburgh. A lot of people don't know that in baseball, Barry Bonds has 7 MVPs. 7 MVPs that are counted in the record books. Do you know who's second? In MLB, or do you not know who's second? How many do you think second is of all time?
I want to say second is probably like 3.
Second is 3, and it is, you look at right now, and I want to make sure, but the MVP award, it is 3, and double checking this, but 3 is the second most all time, and you're talking about something where you're not going to ever get. I mean, he has more than double. Obviously, It's quick math, folks. Kids out like 3 + 3 = 6. That idiot just said no. Look, whatever. Kids, get off the no. Look,
it's
7.
Friday,
It's whatever. It's 1 + 1 is 9, guys. But looking at 7 MVPs compared to 3. That's incredible to think, and I'm pretty awesome too. That's. But he's just immediately when his name comes up, those
don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it. Cheat. That's all you get is just cheat. The word cheat and bum and loser, and that's all, you get. And this guy played for 20 years and dominated. Only guy ever in the history of the game, Jordan, that I ever saw get intentionally walked with the bases loaded. And it paid off. It paid off. Remember, he played in San Francisco, too, where it's like the one ballpark in baseball today that the ball's flying out of the park. San Francisco is the one place where pitchers still succeed because that wall is ridiculous. At least the wall for the Green Monster is way up, and you can get a lazy fly ball can hit it. The right field porch out there to McCovey's Cove is you got to bomb it. The guys that hit a home run over that wall are guys that bomb it. And remember, Barry Bonds was a left-handed hitter that had to hit all of his home runs over that wall. And so it's not like they put him in Toronto where the ball's just flying out of the Roger Centre because they can't spell center in over there. But when it comes down to it, you get to it's like the people that spell shop with 2 P's and an E. You're like, come on, dude, just a shop, just regular. Right? Looking at his career was incredible, but because he was on something, as many were, we look at him differently. I think football doesn't want to go down that. Football doesn't want and I'm not when I say these names. Making it clear here, these guys have never been – they're not on my list of people, but you don't want – and I'm not saying they're cheats in any way by saying this, but we don't want names like J.J. Watt. We don't want names like Clay Matthews. We don't want names like our favorite players like Derek Brooks, who I'm not saying for a word. Don't come at me. I love Derek Brooks. He's our favorite. Kids sing about him on a bus. But we don't want names like Ray Lewis, your antler spray stuff. We don't want all of those players, the Lawrence Taylors of the world, to visually, we believe that, wow, they found something. There was a report that they were on something that made themselves better. And all those 20 years of what they did out the tank. Just done. Cheats. Never mind. They weren't that good. Because people will do that. And we'd rather live with the unknown. We are a visual society. That's why Michael Bay's making billions. He just blows things up, and we all go, oh, Transformers 12 is coming out, and more things blow up. They're all the same. It's like, Optimus Prime. And once again, the buildings blow up, and aliens, and pyramids, and boom, another blow up, and look at it, Mark Wahlberg, boom, another blow. Like, that's the movie, and then it's the end. You throw Megan Fox and a couple things in there, everybody goes, that was pretty good. I like that. Megan Fox, you see that one? But here's the difference. When you talk about these guys, we love to see the visual. That's why when a guy with what happened with Ray Rice was way worse than other cases because we saw Ray Rice, Joe Mixon. Those guys, it's happened. There's more domestic abuse cases happening out there. But when we see it, done. If we don't see it, Greg Hardy, remember, threw his girlfriend on a bed and beat her up with 30 loaded guns in the bed. That was the story was 30 loaded guns and there was domestic abuse. We did not see that video, he probably would not be out of jail. That's the difference is sometimes you get stories and sometimes you have to try to visualize them. And when you see them, it's completely different. And we don't want to go down that path in football. Football doesn't want to go down that path. Football is riding a high wave right now. That's why they don't need to touch anything like the Alliance of American Football. They don't need to touch that with a 90-foot pole. They came out there, we need your support, we need your help, we want to make it a filter league. And the NFL says, you know what? You can filter this. I'm not going to say it. When we come back. Beep. No. All right. On that note, We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're coming back for more right here on the Sports Drive.
This is Pensacola's hometown all-sports station and home of the Blue Wahoos, ESPN Pensacola 945. Catch all the Wahoos games home and away all season, plus all the latest Wahoos news from Chad Brillante on the Sports Drive, 5 till game time weeknights. And hey, if your business would like to partner with us as an advertiser or with a local sports promotion, then give us a call at 850-262-6000 or shoot us an email from the advertise page on ESPNpensacola.com.
Those up the middle. At the 40. Derek Brooks 30. Brooks to the 29. He's getting Derek Brooks all the way. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Derek Brooks, the dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Another Watson is wearing a green jacket, and this time his name is Bubba.
Pitch on the way. Russell drives one in the air. Deep left center. That's back near the wall. It's got a chance. Grand slam. Grand slam, Addison Russell.
The new WNBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
And Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. How about that?
Bama scores on a 34-yard touchdown run by the Doak Walker Award winner, Trent Richardson, who broke a lot of Emmett Smith's records back in Pensacola, Florida.
And these them Louisiana, Pensacola guys, they looking crazy and all that.
Morris, blocked by the tight end Paul. That opens up the door. Breaking the Cambridge tackle. To the pylon. Touchdown.
Really nice effort there by Alfred Morris, extending that ball over the goal line.
Near side ball is that big game. Doug Baldwin's got a first down. Doug Baldwin, 93 yards, now has back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
Reggie Evans, and he's going to get an ovation. Guy from Pensacola, Florida.
And welcome back to the Sports Drive. Second hour of the program goes now right here on ESPN Pensacola 945 and on Blab TV. Chad Brillante with you here on this Friday. Getting set to go at 6:35 for the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. They'll be in action tonight against the Mobile Bay Bears right there, and looking forward to the best team in the Southern League. Miguel Sano making that nice path. And I know that's been a while. We linger on. I'm like the guy that now I'm going to have a debt collector, but I still owe you 2 steak tacos. I understand that.
Start having people calling you.
Is
this Mr. Chad Brillante?
a food collector?
Say your name in so many different ways that are opposite of what it actually is. Yeah.
A couple printed out steak tacos on a card sent in the mail to me. Jordan will be collecting on this. If he doesn't, it goes to 4 by the end of next week. Nice. I know. Get back to those. You like beefy burrito crunches? I know 2 of them real quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. Looking right now at some of the things going on in the world of sports. Tiger Woods, Bubba Watson going home early. 2 of our favorites right there. Tiger, best golfer probably of all time. That's up for you to decide. He was the most dominant golfer of all time during a stretch. If you want to look at longevity, what Jack Nicklaus did was still number 1 of all time. But, what I look at, Jordan, is I don't believe that Jack and the competition was the same. We really do have to adjust with the times. And I'm not sitting here saying what some of the I love and respect history of what it did. It created the guys that we love today. A lot of them are great because they grew up like in basketball.
Right.
If you love Michael Jordan, then guess what? You should love Dr. J, because Michael Jordan was watching Dr. J videos. His name, by the way, his nickname was Magic back when he played in North Carolina. Or in high school, because he wanted to be Magic Johnson. That's a trivia a lot of people probably don't know. Michael Jordan's nickname was Magic back in high school. because he wanted to be Magic Johnson. So and then he found out some other things off the court, and he just said, I don't want that life, but Magic's okay. You believe in magic. All right. Believe in billions, and I hope you do. Looking at the guy like a Michael Jordan, though, a lot of them, they looked up to somebody. And like kids today, they want to chuck it from 28 feet, wherever they are, that kid at the Y that never passes. Yeah, because they want to be Steph Curry. Dude, you can't shoot like Steph Curry. Nobody can, so stop jacking them up. There's only one Steph Curry in this world. Even Seth Curry, his brother, is not Steph Curry, and they're proving
last
that.
Night,
he
though,
did. He made some plays. I like the battle going on. It's fun watching brothers that it's like they know every move. You know, they know exactly, because Steph has all those like little moon shakes and stuff, and all of a sudden everybody else gets caught, but like Seth knows exactly where he's going, like exactly what moves is going on. It's pretty. Have we ever had an NFL game? I know there's like 600 Matthews out there, and the Matthews family might have at one point gone up again. I'm sure Clay Matthews, the original Clay Matthews for the Browns, went up against Bruce Matthews for the Titans and the Oilers. Possibly, that might have happened. But I'm trying to think of if there has been a mano-a-mano left tackle defensive end battle between brothers.
I don't think we've had any kind of battle like that. I think we've had situations where they've been in the same game.
Might be,
but they played on the same side of the ball. And we'll have a new one of those this year with Bosa, you know.
That's right, yeah.
I think it's been most part they've stayed on the same side of the ball. They play similar positions. So I don't think we've ever actually
had. It'd be fun. Yeah. It would be fun to have with all the different camera angles today, they could have
the Howie Long's sons. Wasn't one a defensive lineman and an offensive lineman?
Yeah, Chris and Jake.
Yeah, so we might have had that one there. I think that's probably
could have been one,
yeah. Might have had, yeah.
But remember, too, that could have been it. That would have been. It'd be great to have the cam on, the brother cam, just a pop, pop, pop. Like they know like they're used to a couple extra jabs. Like bros back in the day when when you're that big, you've battled against each other in that situation right there. And that would be pretty fun to see. A lot of fun. Maybe not that fun. It would just be a normal blocking scheme and two guys that have the same name. Looking at the what's going on, though, in golf, Tiger Woods and Bubba not being in it, it's going to be a little disappointing. Brooks Koepka, though, has a lot of fans, Florida State fans. He's not the kind of guy to rally behind. You're not going to see too many fist pumps. Just does his job. But remember, this is golf. We want to try to make golf sometimes something that originally it wasn't. Golf is a game, and if you talk to anybody, Marty and the guys at the First Tee in Northwest Florida, anything, golf is a game of you learn life skills, integrity, how to become, it's great for business. You close business deals in golf. You learn a lot about humbleness because golf is a humbling game. You can birdie, and then hit a house, and now you triple bogey, and you're right back to being right where you started. When you talk about golf, though, there are more Brooks Koepkas out there than there are Bubba's and Tigers and the guys that were animated and fist pumping and going crazy.
Yeah.
So we gotta realize, not everybody's gonna be like what you see in the Master or in the Ryder Cup when everybody's like high fiving and hugging. That's not the real. So Brooks Koepka, we want a little more out of that. I think today we like more of the animated, but it's okay. He's all right. Dude's good. He knows what he's doing, and he's winning some big tournaments. He looks like he's gonna coast to this one. It looks, unless something freakish happens over the weekend. Right now, Brooks Koepka has finished his first two rounds, and after Tiger Woods and Bubba missing the cut by one shot at 5 over par, the cut line is at 4. Koepka is sitting at 12 under, and boop, 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 boop. In second place, Jordan Spieth at 5. So 7-shot lead going into the weekend, and it's not even close. So hopefully something could change here soon. Looking right now at some of the other things going on in sports. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but the UWF women's softball team, congratulations. They won the Super Regionals, and just getting the official word here. I was talking with Brian Henry a few minutes ago during the break. He does a great job as the SID and doing just about everything right there for the UWF Athletics, and he said, we knew that they won, but the number 2 team in the country, after beating Florida Tech in the second game of the Super Regional today, they will go on to the Division II Women's College World Series in Denver starting on the 23rd. So coming up next week, you'll have a game right there. And is that the same day as the Luke Combs right there?
That is.
That is okay. Yeah, I remember that date. I was like, that game. That it's ingrained in your head. I was going to say 23rd is. That's when I was like, that sticks out. Like, okay, Luke Combs. Sorry. So we'll all be watching on our cell phones while he's jamming. So Beard never broke our heart, but UWF don't do the same here. So we're looking right now as the women's team will be out there. They're 53-9 on the season, and number 2 overall as they'll reseed the teams tomorrow. So you can, if you go to goargos.com, they do a great job of updating the website. All the guys over there, Murphy and Joseph, all the guys. They have a great group that is working around the clock, and we get all the emails. So every
Right,
sport.
yeah.
Brittany will always joke at night. She's like, "Who is texting?" I'm like, "Nope, Argos or Wahoo's email." Diddle-loop, diddle-loop. Pensacola State email. Diddle-loop.
Yep.
Yeah, we got all the teams connected on emails. So any sport that happens or anything that happens, we're getting those. And a lot of games end around 10 o'clock. So, yeah, it'll be right around that time, 10 o'clock at night. Diddle-loop, diddle-loop,
Yep.
diddle-loop.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Stop, who's texting you?" I'm like, "Nope, probably just another game in the bags right here." Yeah.
Get that start to kind of stretch the neck, but it's really just to kind of peek over there on the screen. Yeah.
So they'll be reseeding tomorrow. You can check that out. Go to goargos.com to keep up to date. And we're proud of the Argos, number 2 in the nation, and another great win. They are super regional champions after beating today in Florida Tech. Also, the baseball team we'll keep an eye on as they continue to win. Nice win against Nova Southeastern, and they're looking good right now.
Yeah, and they're taking on Tampa a little later on this afternoon, I believe. If they're not already underway, they're in Tampa because they are Eastern time zone there.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're taking on Tampa. A great opportunity for them to knock off the number 3 team in the regional side of the bracket. So
there you go.
Great opportunity for the Argos and Coach Jeff Cope.
When we come back, we're going to take a look here at some of the things going on around the world of college football. Dabo Swinney is not heading to Alabama anytime soon. That shouldn't be a shocking news alert when he got a 10-year, $93 million contract, but it hasn't stopped from people of pretty much anointing him as the coach in waiting for Nick Saban. Everybody back off. For people that don't even know what they're going to have for lunch tomorrow, we have to wait at least 3 or 4 more years, and the Just for Men is not running out on Nick Saban's 67-year-old hair coming up here soon. He's only 66. I know. Don't crucify me. We're coming back for more right here in the Sports Drive.
Who do I wrestle for? I wrestle on my high school team for Jason Garcia, my fiercest competitor during practice and my biggest fan during meets. I wrestle for the chance to put our little high school right here in Florida on the map.
Wearing the uniform of your high school comes with a big responsibility. Younger kids look up to you, and the reputation of your high school depends on you. This message presented by the Florida High School Athletic Association and the Florida Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome to Mo! Okay, hi, what are we doing today?
I need something that screams something fun. Nothing too on the face, nothing too off the face, but also totally hot.
So I have the perfect thing. It's the most food mullet. You're totally business in the front, but tailgate in the back. It's a fat party. People are having fun. You know, snap. All your friends are going to be like, whoa, awesome setup. Everyone else is going to be all jelly, okay?
Just like a killer mullet, Moe's Catering will turn the back of your ride into a tailgate party that's sure to turn some heads. Just order ahead and pick it up on your way.
Moe's Southwest Grill, now open in Pace on Highway 90 next to Publix grocery store.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
ESPN Pensacola 94.5 is all sports all the time. Talk football year-round with local sports legend Coach K. From quarterbacking the Pensacola High Tigers to coaching the Buffalo Bills, Coach K's life has been all about the game, the teams, the players, and the coaches. Talk football with Coach K at noon on ESPN Pensacola 94.5.
Hi, this is Thane Taylor from the Sleep Center. For over 20 years now, the Sleep Center has been known as Pensacola's mattress experts. But did you know that the Sleep Center is also Pensacola's adjustable bed, futon, cabinet bed, and beanbag experts? The Sleep Center opened in Pensacola in 1995 with the main goal of being the area's one-stop shop for all your bedding needs. Since then, we have become Pensacola's oldest and largest bedding superstore and have the highest Google rating of any store on the Gulf Coast. So if you want better sleep without all the fuss, come to the Sleep Center and leave the rest to us.
Hey guys, this is Davis Allen.
And I'm Jordan Glass, and we're the hosts of Saturday Sports Call right here on ESPN Pensacola 94.5.
Join us this Saturday, Armed Forces Day, as we take our show on the road to Car City at Bob Tyler Toyota starting at 11.
And sure, we'll be talking sports, but we'll also be taking time for you to stop by and let us know who you would like to salute that served or is serving in the Armed Forces. Plus, don't forget to ask for your free American flag.
So join us this Saturday from 11 to 1 for Sports Call with Jordan and Davis at Bob Tyler Toyota.
And welcome back to the Sports Drive right here on ESPN Pensacola 94.5, also on Blab TV. You can check us out on Facebook as well, on YouTube each and every night from 5 to 7, or whenever its show ends, and then the Wahoos go, as it'll be 6:35 tonight. First pitch right there with Chris Garagiola, and the Wahoos taking on the Mobile Bay Bears. They've been playing some great baseball overall, and best in the Southern League. And all you have to do, Jordan, as you know, is just win that first half. You win the first half, you're able to get into the postseason, and then you're already locked in. You could be one of those teams. It's not like where you have to consistently, baseball is a marathon and not a sprint. Really, in the Southern League, it's a half marathon. You get through the half. You can finish the half marathon and then cheer on the people in the marathon, but you've already locked yourself in. You're already getting a participation ribbon and a trophy. You've already locked yourself. And I think right now they're on a path right now to win.
And it'd be nice to go ahead and get our playoff T-shirts in July.
Let's do that.
It'd be nice.
Let's get champagne in the middle of the season right there. Like, wait, it's pouring. But, oh, man, that would be the worst if some guy got, like, champagne poured on him who's still with the Twins and hurt himself and couldn't move up to the majors. Like, dude, I was trying to make the bigs, but we were celebrating, bro. Like, champagne cork hits him in the eye. Ooh, his career's over, but we're champions of AA. They're like, nah, man, lost that million. Looking right now at the things going on. Austin Riley is bombing. If you haven't watched Austin Riley play right now, this is the star young minor leaguer that's been moved up by the Atlanta Braves, outfielder, and he's crushing the ball. He looks like the next one of those stars. Now, we've seen this with guys, and it's really hard to get a tell on a minor league guy early on. But there are some guys you get moved up, and then you start building the name. Who's this Paul Goldschmidt out here in Arizona? A couple years later, he's getting a big contract. And, then you see some of these Giancarlo, who at one point was Mike Stanton's. You always know the guys that are freak. When Carlos Correa got moved up, those kind of guys look great. Some of them take a little more time. We all know that Byron, a guy like Buxton for Minnesota has been one of the big names, and he's been journey. He's sort of he's bat around the Mendoza line. He hasn't really made that next step, but he's always making the roster, and he always, once in a while, he'll crush one. He hit one yesterday and he's one of the best defenders you can ever watch in center field. He's incredible. But once in a while, he'll make a play, and you go, okay, that's why he was the five-tool guy everybody wanted. Some of them haven't lived up to expectations yet, but this guy, Austin Riley, looks like the next best thing. He's fun to watch. And his first ever hit in the majors, in his first ever game, was about a 450-foot bomb out to left center.
There's not much else you can say to that. That's one of those situations where you look at that and you go, yeah, he's not going to be here long. If you're a fan sitting in the stands, you go, yeah, enjoy it. He's not going to be here much longer. You need to get your tickets now.
Get your popcorn on this one right here. Braves are in action right now. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and they will be taking on, in just a few minutes from now, the Milwaukee Brewers with Max Fried on the mound right there. As they will start at 6:20 here, and keep an eye on the Atlanta Braves as they've continued to, everybody sort of either grew up as a Braves or a Cubs fan, unless you lived in a city that was a Boston, a New York, a place that had that team. If you grew up anywhere else, you pretty much picked either picked Chicago or you picked Atlanta, because you listen to Harry Carey. It's a long fly ball out to right. It's the Hawk is gone. Ryan Sandberg scores. Cubs win. We'll be back. And then Steve Stone would step in and go, and it's a ground out to the third baseman. We'll be back here tomorrow on WGN. Cubs lose 3-2. And Hi! And then, and they'd cut him off, and he'd pop an ice cold Budweiser. And listen, if you're a hot dog, would you eat? But it would come down to the Braves fans. If you're anywhere in the South, Lonnie, all the guys out there, Lonnie's Land or Gant or Otis Nixon climbing the wall, and the David Justices of the world, and all the guys, Blauser and Lemke, Sid Breams rounding third base, the Herback moments, right there pulling off the leg at third, all those moments, Avery, Glavin, Smoltz, all those guys, Maddox growing up, those Braves fans.
Little Sheffield thrown in there.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the Sheffield. Big Cat Galarraga, Crime Dog, Fred McGriff.
Lopez,
yep. Javi Lopez. Yeah, you're throwing
Chipper was on the ESPN broadcast the other night, and, it was nice seeing him back in the ballpark. Yeah.
All those pictures you have on your wall with you and John Rocker from the Braves. He was a big-time closer. He's
somebody's writing hate mail as we speak.
Look, Rocker was fun to watch. He should have shut his mouth once in a while. When you clearly throw out big time racist things, calling people monkeys and stuff, that's not going to fly over well with anybody. So, looking at and this was even. Think about it. We're way more PC today. This was 25 years ago, 20 years ago, and this wouldn't have stood. Even the other people were like, okay. Somebody in like Boone, in the middle of the boondocks of Mississippi,
honestly,
I can't believe that guy said that.
Alive.
Yeah, that was probably not cool. But Mark Wohlers, there were some good ones back there. I used to watch the games. I can
Raphael
go back
Furcall's another Brave,
there we go. Andres Thomas. I can go way back on some of those.
Andrew Jones.
Burt Bylevin. Yeah. But we're just going to sit here and name Braves the whole show. And so, right now, they got some fun guys to watch. But really, still, Freddie Freeman is the centerpiece. And he's having another great season.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that second tier right there below him, I think you got to look at a guy like Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
I think for the Braves, Dansby Swanson's another one of those guys. We didn't just see that he was going to be special in the minor leagues. We saw it when he was at Vandy in college, playing D1 college ball, that you could see there was something else to this guy. He was really good. So Dansby Swanson is another one of those players that for the Braves, it's a young talent that they have that they better hold on to.
Yeah, well, and he's not originally from here, but he did grow up here a lot of his life in Josh Donaldson.
Yeah.
Pace, right there, Pace, Florida. And sort of gets overlooked. I mean, he was the MVP 2 years ago. He was in Toronto.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he doesn't have the accolades. He didn't grow up. For the people that know his story, a lot of it wasn't, he didn't have a perfect childhood. It wasn't like the perfect family with the gated community and everybody just laughed and waved at the neighbors. It was a pretty tough situation. And Josh, you could tell the way he had the mohawk and the tats, sort of his demeanor. But he is one of those kind of guys. Josh Donaldson's one of those very few athletes that I watch, and top of the first inning, team down 4-0, and he's going to dive into the crowd for a ball. Like, that's his game. Like, he is one of the best defenders. He's always going completely full, he never backs off. And Donaldson, now in that lineup too, is pretty cool to see. But Austin Riley, 4 for 7 to start the season with a home run and 4 RBIs in 2 games. Not too shabby.
No, not at all.
Not too bad at all. Braves are 2 games back of Philadelphia in what is a wide open NL East, except for you, Miami. You've lost 7 straight. You stink at 10-31. Looking at some of the other things going on right now, as we take a look here at what's going on in the PGA Championship. Brooks Koepka with a 7-shot lead over Jordan Spieth and is sitting in first place right now. And should be a fun weekend. A lot of people are going to root for him to implode, which is sort of sad. We have to, but unless you're Bubba Watson or Tiger Woods, most people are going to root for you to completely just break down. And so everybody else will get a piece of the action.
Yeah, and that's sad that that's the way it is. But you know what? I think that Koepka actually holds on and goes on and wins it. I think he's going to win the whole thing. So I'm actually going to root for him to win it rather than cheer for him to break it down.
Signing Le'Veon Bell in free agency might have played a big part in the Jets' decision to let go manager Mike McCagnon. And at this point, now Adam Gase is apparently he was against signing Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
And that was a little hazy situation, folks. 4-year, $52 million right there. And look, the disagreement, I disagree with Adam Gase here. And first off, if you're Adam Gase, it's not your money. This is how I look at these situations. It's like when people are like, man, did you see how much money like JD Martinez got for the Red Sox, bro? I'm like, yeah, it's great. No salary cap in baseball. I hope they buy another guy for $100 million.
Yeah.
Because in football, I know it's a little different. And $52 million can really hurt your cap in football. The same time as if one team is needing more than anything a little bit of help offensively, it would be the New York Jets. No more of these. How many Jets fans? Well, Bilal Powell's going to be awesome, bro. Well, Robbie Anderson, have you seen his plays? What about Quincy Enunwa, man? Like halfway through the show, I'm already snoring. Listen to these guys.
Right.
You got a big hitter. You got somebody. You got some guy that has actually been there and been somebody, an MVP. At one point, a lot of people looked at it as the best running back. He obviously was out for a little while. But, Jordan, for these people that are clowning around right now, about talking about a guy like Le'Veon Bell, I can't believe that most people Adam Gase would be against this. I would love to have a Le'Veon Bell on my team.
He's a quality running back, but I think the problem here and what Adam Gase did not want is that mentality that he had at Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wanted that inside the locker room there with the Jets, and I think that was probably the driving factor, not necessarily the talent.
I see what you're saying.
The guy's a great player, but you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're completely they're off at a cabin somewhere, off at a lake, basically having a team retreat to regroup and fix the damage that was caused by Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. So, we're going to go on through here, and, Adam Gase is just a guy that, look, he's from the time he was at Miami, he's a quirky guy.
Yeah.
Some of the decisions he makes, not the smartest. I mean, case in point, bringing in Jay Cutler to be the quarterback when Ryan Tannehill goes down with an injury.
This picture, by the way,
yeah,
doesn't he either look like two things here? For the folks on radio, there's a picture of Adam Gase. Looks like one of those guys in the home burglar, the home security commercials that's breaking in. That's clearly not a robber, but he's an actor playing a guy breaking in the house.
Here
too
to
clean
steal
cut,
your stuff, yeah.
Or he looks like the guy who is the guy that is the dad that has been asked to be the umpire at the game in the Little League. That's it. Is that it? Okay.
That's it.
He like the guy.
It's like, man, I don't even want to be here. Hurry up. Let's play these 5 innings. I got meeting with the boys for a beer at
Not
5
getting paid
o'clock.
for this. Let's hurry up. Everything's a strike. Yeah, that definitely looks like that guy right there. Not too happy. I love they always use pictures to the demeanor of what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why I love when you, like the Escambia County show, Blab TV has the the sheriff, Santa Rosa and Escambia, and I'll be watching, and then once in a while I go like, guy wanting for 6 years for theft, and he's like, ha, like with the smile, like, what's up, kind of guy like that, and all of a sudden everybody's like looking at him crazy.
Really?
Wait a second, you're going to jail, dude, if one catches you. Maybe he's using that, yeah, what's up, that kind of face so nobody catches him, but yeah, that's never a good look. If you go to jail, don't smile. You should not be smiling unless you really want to go to jail and get out of your situation. Looking right now at some of the other things. Oh, Grumpy Cat died today. Did you see that?
He did, yeah.
Man.
Unfortunately, the world's a little less grumpier now.
I was going to say he died with a smile. No, he did not. He was grumpy. Looking right now. I'm sorry, please. It's
that actually, talking about mugshots and how you should look, that's how you should look at a mugshot.
That's right.
Just.
Why is he wearing a Diamondbacks shirt? Was he a Diamondbacks fan?
I have no idea.
You got DJ Kitty going on right there.
DJ Kitty in Tampa, so I don't know.
I think you've probably said a couple times R.I.P. to a couple of things. Every time they still play that anytime a home run.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Just Google DJ Kitty, folks, out there. It's a
not
whole
only
thing,
that, but they have a giant inflatable dinosaur that apparently keeps running into the
Oh,
outside
I've seen
wall.
that.
So,
I have seen that.
Yeah.
How ticked off do you think that cat really is that plays DJ Kitty? They put fake arms or those, like they just wave this thing around a disco ball. And
I think they've kind of started to get more away from that because they were starting to get some phone calls from people going out. Yeah, that's a little harmful and rude. It's a little, it's rude to the animal. And
but
stuff
PETA
like that.
didn't care when Raymond the Ray had a sign that said to-do list, World Series, and Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
he had a real list after he got speared by a Ray.
Dark times in Tampa Bay history.
Oh, PETA.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Grumpy Cat. He has passed today at the age of 9 lives. Looking right now at one of the things going on in the world of college football. We've talked a little bit about what's going on with Dabo Swinney, and you know what? People need to back off this whole Dabo Swinney going to Alabama. It's not happening. It's not for now. I mean,
look, we all know it's Will Muschamp's job. When Nick Saban sits down, it's going to be Will Muschamp's job.
Right after Discovery does Shark Week this week, Jim McElwain's getting a call. That is, would you make a cameo at this point? He's now, is he still the OC at Michigan?
No. He is now the head coach at Central Michigan.
Oh,
so you got another head coach job.
Oh, Chippewas. That's yeah.
They're gonna have fun. Hey, Sci-Fi's gonna be filming a new shark movie there in Central Michigan. He's gonna be the star of it.
Wouldn't you kill a Chippewa if you try to get on its back?
Especially if he did it, yeah.
Like they should. Yeah. Somebody could Photoshop that.
He's not a small
it's
guy.
Press conference. If that sign is not at the next game day with McElwain on the back of a Chippewa, then I have not even Googled this yet. But
I don't even know what a Chippewa looks like. What is
a Chippewa? Isn't it like a small, like a squirreless muskrat kind of thing?
We'll go with that.
Somebody has not beaten me to this punch.
Somebody's sitting in their car going, "No, it is this. This is what it is."
Oh, actually, a Chippewa, I believe, is an Indian, so this is very disrespectful. I think if this is the case,
it
is.
Like
this is completely disrespectful, folks.
Never mind.
No. McElwain will not be on the back of a Chippewa. We do not need calls. Just kidding. Jeez. Just kidding, everybody. I thought it was a muskrat. It's clearly an Indian, and now. Now you're pushing the label.
At least we have a minute until we have to go out to the water.
You do things to sharks, it's one thing. If you're in the back of a Chippewa, we will get calls. So
I think
Jim,
we're thinking chipmunk. And
just stay a straight shooter here. Let's stay in your lane. Somebody's out there like, they do know it wasn't him, right? Like, yeah, we knew it's not him.
Yeah.
Just get over it. We had fun with it. Would he sign a DVD of a Shark Week video, though? Do you think if you hand it to him at a Central Michigan game?
He got ticked off about that at Florida. Like there was, I think it was actually Edgar. Any Florida Gator fan knows who Edgar is. Asked him about that. McElwain went off on that. So no, he definitely would not. No.
Do you think how long would it take if we went to an interview and dressed as like Left Shark or Baby Shark or something like that in a shark suit and just started asking questions like, Jim, how has it been? And do like the little like the fin moves and stuff like how was your time with Jim Harbaugh and his staff? Like makes the noises whatever a shark makes, and then how much time do you think before you're kicked out?
I think we need to take that a step further.
Let's try this.
At Halloween, like Party City and Halloween
Davis,
City
if you're
and
listening,
like that.
we're sending you to Central. Okay,
they sell like these life-size mannequins. And just put that on the back of the shark, then go into the interview. I think that's the best place.
Play it real low in your phone. Do, 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 do. On his walk-up music, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim McElwain. Let's give it up for him coming through the smoke at his the pep rally to get him pumped for the school.
It's Baby
Shark, da da. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. All right, we got about 30 seconds here, so I want to wish everybody the best of weeks. I hope you enjoy your weekend, whatever you're doing out there. Enjoy some baseball tonight at Blue Wahoo Stadium. They're going to be taking on the Mobile Bay Bears, and we're going to send out to Chris Garagiola coming up here for first pitch. Jordan, have a great rest of your week. Hope you get some sleep without Luke Combs rolling around in your head, and have fun tonight.
Doubt that happens.
All right. Sounds good. For all of us here, for Jordan, I'm Chad. Have a great rest of your night, and as always, God bless.
Beau Rivage is the place to be for basketball championship action. From buzzer beaters to slam dunks, we have everything you need for hoop season.